Hello everybody and welcome back once again to our 4th Age Total War Harondor campaign. In the last one we took Minas Anor, we took the White City. And it is ours now. Now we haven't really done anything with it yet. We don't have quite the infrastructure. And it'll be a little while before we get there, as a matter of fact, because we're holding off on constructing or destroying this homeland dominion so that we can construct our own later. Because we want to wait for a couple of others to finish. We've got one turn here in Arnon to finish this Outland Dominion, and we've got Tarnost working on one, and that'll be 2. So really not too long. We'll be able to get that going without fear of public order penalties becoming a little unmanageable. Things are looking okay in Dol Amroth and Minas Anor. It's something we can deal with. The rest of our realm is looking quite good as well, even as far south as Umbar. Where's our capital, by the way? Let's see. We use the right mouse button to locate our faction capital. That's Akkas Anaban. That's probably good because I want to have Umbar and these coastal regions be making money. So I think having the capital around here is pretty reasonable. Gondor is not going to be as much of a money maker, I think. At least that's my suspicion, because this is not a homeland for us. All of this territory is Outland, and so it's going to be a little less lucrative, and of course we're not trading with our neighbors either. But at any rate, pretty soon we will have Minas Anor going. And again, you know, it looks fine now, but we've got to remember we've got basically a full stack in here, and if we want to do anything like take these armies out, take this general out, maybe set up some forts to continue to hold the reunited kingdom forces at bay, we want to make sure public order is looking quite good. So we're going to play it kind of careful, kind of slow. Now we do have a couple of units just standing around here. We've got archers and we've got a couple of units of King Swordsmen. I don't know. It might almost be worth hitting this army, but I think I'll wait. I'll let them make that decision if they want to, and we can. I'm thinking we can probably retreat to Arnon if things look too touchy. Because we've got a bridge here. Now, again, we don't have any archers to really hold the bridge, but this is not just an archer unit. As we've seen, the King's Longbowmen are really solid in melee, and if I had, you know, another unit of cav other than these guys, I'd be more inclined to rush them and just take them out before the swords came on. But I don't want to risk losing more units than I need to, or more men at any rate. So we'll leave them here. It's at least preventing them from sending an army down to Arnon immediately. Similarly, let's see, do we want to do anything with these guys? They were here to hold off the reinforcing armies of the Reunited Kingdom. And to that end, they have done good work. But now we do need to think about moving them. So this is a good unit, right? Plainsman Mounted Skirmishers, 52 men. It's pretty solid, you know, full units. And so we're going to want to move them out so they can be useful and not just get murdered. Well, let's do this. Let's do a little bit of scouting. We've got all sorts of scouts. We've got 3 agents holed up inside Minas Anor, all with 1 or 2 eyeballs. We'll take the guy with the least eyeballs. This is their subterfuge rank. Obviously, you know, more is better, so we'll take the worst guy, because that subterfuge rank doesn't play a role in how well he's able to see stuff. At least I don't think it does. Maybe there's some trait Eridan cooked up that's hidden that translates into more line of sight for higher subterfuge skill scouts. But regardless, this is going to be just fine for our purposes. So we've got men-at-arms here, but they're not being trained here. Mustering Fields is only going to get their first couple of tiers of stuff. That's militia, that's basic swordsmen, that's bowmen of Gondor, not even longbows. And what's their policy? We can't tell. But they don't have the structure yet to really field any truly menacing units. Let's move on up here to Aldburg and see if anything looks different. All right, still in the hand of the Rohirrim, and I don't anticipate that they're going to head down and cause any trouble for us. Technically, they could. They do have military access with the Reunited Kingdom. Just double checking that. Yep, they're still allies, of course, with each other. So they could theoretically send a force down. The Rohirrim could and cause trouble, but as long as the Reunited Kingdom has this settlement in between, they're not going to do it. They're not going to go over the land of their ally, even though they may have the permission, so to speak. But we do need to keep an eye on the west, so this is very interesting. Get an army out here that includes men-at-arms, 2 units, 1.5, I guess. Lots of Kingdom Militia, which is no problem at all, but we do have 30 Knights of Dol Amroth. This is not men-at-arms, this is Knights of Dol Amroth. Now, this is technically a bodyguard-style unit. You can tell by the little ring sort of given there in the upper right-hand corner of the card. When the AI trains these units, though, if it is an actual bodyguard, like to create a family member, like a character, a named character, then the AI will just not train those units. So this mod is set up so that in place of the family member that you would get if you were playing the Reunited Kingdom and trained a unit of Knights of Dol Amroth, you wouldn't get 30 men, you'd get like, I don't know, a dozen maybe. But you would get a family member. But because the AI doesn't train that, when it's the AI playing the Reunited Kingdom, they get this unit, which is just a regular unit. So it's still very strong, but it's not going to be a general. But still, which would I rather fight? I'd rather fight a general, to be honest, because you take him out, and it has that impact on the whole army. The unit's a little smaller. These guys are not to be trifled with. 40 defense. So, very dangerous unit. That means that we have to be very careful out here. We've stretched ourselves a bit thin. So, with all of that in mind, we've got an army down here that's headed onto ships. Next turn should be up around Lynn here, I guess. And so, we don't have any other family members that I want to use as generals. Let's get another scout down here just to get some really, really good coverage. I'll risk him. We've got enough scouts in the region. 32% chance to open the gates if we wanted to grab Pelargir immediately, but I kind of don't. I think we want to play it a little safe. Okay, they do have a family member here, I'm just noticing. Regular Knights of the White Tree unit. We've got 3 units of Cav. All right, let's do a kind of fun little battle with this one. Let's see, can I get you up here? And I'll merge you two. And actually, let's just hit him and we'll get that other unit as reinforcements. So we'll jump in here. It'll be good to clear out a family member. But once we get this taken care of, then I'm probably going to take these guys and head them down south. I really don't want Minas Anor to be under siege, and I imagine the resistance is going to come from the south because Pelargir, Arnak are still in the Reunited Kingdom's hands, and we won't be able to address that for a little while because we're intentionally going slow. All right, let's keep them on skirmish for now, I guess, and our reinforcements are going to come from the north, so up here to our right. And the terrain is very forested, I guess, as you would expect. We're right near that. The Stonewain Valley, is that it?
Troops have arrived on the battlefield. Send them to the point of crisis.
Okay. I should probably slow everybody down. So we'll just go at speed here. And they're just... Are they withdrawing? No. They're just standing in the trees. They are moving about a little bit. The thing we're going to have to do is watch our skirmishers, that they don't get caught, but also the Heraldwaith Riders because they do not skirmish. They have 23 men, I just heard, head for the hills, so yeah, unfortunately this is going to be one of those where it doesn't matter too much. We'll get some kills at least with javelins if we can catch them. Slow it down a bit so I can micromanage this a little better. Pretty close to the edge of the map, so it's not looking great. Maybe we'll get a couple of casualties. Yeah, there's the border right there. We're throwing. No kills yet. If we'd had a little more time, if they had stayed put, I think we could have taken out this unit. But there they go, they're gone. We didn't kill a single one. A slim victory, but at least they're going to have to withdraw back to, I guess, is it Calenhad? I believe the other thing is they also own Caer Andros, which is a fort on the island slightly to the north. So they could withdraw there. But hey, there we go. I was kind of hoping for this. Excellent. So we got a proven commander. Sometimes it's worth fighting these little silly battles because we've got a lot of cities and not a lot of family members. So I'm going to take him. Let's hope this works out. He's an adept governor, actually, which is great news. He's a competent commander, which is fine. Gondorian descent gives him a bit of law bonus is the best. We're not fighting Harondor anymore, really, so we don't need to. We're not going to benefit from that. And -1 command when commanding cavalry is not great because we're commanding a lot of cav. But I'll take him. He's at least intelligent, so he's going to be a better governor than a fighter. But I may use him as a fighter anyway, as a general. Learned in lore. I mean, this guy's good. Yeah, we're going to have to be careful with him. Let's take him. There he is. Great. So he's going to be losing some command because he is a man of Gondorian descent. Let's see. This one, we should probably switch this right out. He's the conqueror of the White City, but that doesn't mean he has to stay there, right? +3 command versus Dunedain. That's actually going to be a lot better if he's out in the field. So we will swap these things. This guy's getting bonuses when defending. He's a poor commander, so that's worse than our new man of the hour here. But I think the better governor traits are what's going to decide it. So here's what we'll do. Now we've got a family member. We can start taking these guys out. And I think we can get away with a pretty small garrison in Minas Anor, actually. So let's see. Let's go with a lot of cav. And we're going to go and hit this army. We're going to need to swap you. And I know this is not a great use of movement points, but I'm not too concerned about that. Let's actually move you down. There we go. Just kind of watch some of these crossings. So inside the settlement, we've got our new governor. And I don't think he had any traits or abilities that are going to be useful as a governor. So we'll just keep him with all of those things. So in the city, I kind of feel like it's the swordsmen. We're going to want to keep them. How many units do we have? We got 4. We got room for 4 slots. I think this works. Right? Yeah, that should be exactly it. But we do have public order. Okay, so we got to do lower taxes, and that's fine. This is going to improve, actually. Public order will, or should, because we're losing population, so that's going to improve. We can also retrain these guys, which I think makes a lot of sense. And, yeah, let's go ahead and train another spy. Why not? And now we'll hit you, and you're going to withdraw just as I suspected, and, yeah, let's pursue him. We do have quite a lot of movement points, actually. Fuinur, the Great Conqueror, is going to get out and stretch his legs a little bit. So once we do this, the problem is, I guess not much of a problem, but I feel like I want to keep going with this momentum that I've got now. I want to keep pursuing these little armies and, you know, taking cities, but I kind of need to let a turn go by, right? I need to get some stuff built. Okay, I think this is all fine. We've got our mercenaries there. And let's take all of you, group you together. Yeah, we've got 5 full units of mounted skirmishers. That is really nice. Alright, well, we'll keep them kind of like this. I think this is fine. I don't need to overthink it. Let's just group everybody, box them up so I can change the orientation a little bit. And they're up in the trees. Okay. That is a good move. Okay. So, halt. Okay. Ungroup. Regroup. Try that again. Nope. Why is that not working? Okay. Sometimes this does happen. Try again. Nope. So I think what we want to do in this case is group a portion of what we have, and this should now maintain its groupiness. There we go. And that means all of our cav are, they can be out of a group, I suppose. We have some archers to worry about, I think, up on this hill. I, of course, neglected to get a nice look at the army composition because it looked relatively small. Yeah, we've got one unit of archers here. There may be another one. We've got a couple units of Kingdom Militia, or one unit of Kingdom Militia, one sword, another sword as the captain. Is that really it? I should have paid more attention just so I could have, I don't know. So I could rush more confidently, I guess. I don't want to get my cav shot up, if possible, so we'll just kind of keep an eye here. Let them move around. Yep, there they come. Yeah, they're gonna change their mind. Okay. Back to triple speed it is. If we weren't like downhill from them, I would, you know, just kind of rush the archers because they're not being that well defended. So let's just move these guys through the woods. That'll shield them from archers as well. And the Reunited Kingdom Army here has nowhere to run. Yeah, I think that's all it is. 2 infantry up front, 1 up back, 1 archer. So they're just going to have to kind of play this dance while we get into position. And we are going to lose some archers, sadly. Guess that's better than losing a lot of cav. Let's maybe give him something to think about here. Yep, move our cav up kind of close. Alright, they're not firing yet. Get my light skirmish, not skirmish cav, the melee cav up and away. And we'll just let these other guys skirmish. They can fire, and they are firing on a captain unit already. Are you firing? No. Okay. They are sending a single unit of Kingdom Militia towards my lines. My archers are already firing on them. And if it wasn't in the trees, I might try to rush those archers with my Harondor or Harondor riders. Once/if we break the general, though, I will do that. I mean, I really think it's not going to be long before he routes. We got these swords chasing our other guys. We do have some routing up here. That's good. Let's get the general in, because honestly, there's nothing I'm that worried about anymore.
He's filled only by a desire to save his own skin.
And in fact, I'm going to send him right after the bowmen, although they are probably coming under arrow fire, maybe. Let's go ahead and chase him down. And okay, we don't have any other javelins left, so these guys are out of ammo, basically. Okay, they're going after the mounted skirmishers. I was hoping to take out the general by now. Alright, and they did catch him. We got the general, and our general is in and among them. And there they go. Great. Didn't want to have to really fight them. So this is now swords, pretty vulnerable to our Lancer cav. I'm going to move my general over and we'll get him close. I mean, the fear effect on these this Harondor bodyguard unit is so good. They're eager but intimidated by nearby enemies, so they're close enough now to feel that intimidation. Let's kind of line up for a decent charge. Steady and tired. Alright, we'll do a feint charge here from the light guys. Shaken, tired. See if we can get a couple of kills. Back off. There they go. So we cost, what is that, 1 or 2 of our light cav, and we'll just chase the rest of these guys down. Actually, we probably don't need to. Yeah, okay. That's all of them. Great. So we lost 4 men on that engagement, and now the road to Pelargir and Arnak is clear. But what we're going to do instead is block up this road, because we don't want, again, Minas Honor to be under siege. So we can now, or we should, be able to put a camp. And I think this is a pretty decent spot for it, because I can't get around. This is a choke point. So yeah, let's do it. Let's just go with a camp. 500 Mirian for that. And we can leave somebody behind. We've got 9 archers of Harad. Let's leave them. And I think we may want to head back over here. I mean, we can start taking out the Osgiliath region. Again, this fort is only going to exist to prevent them from marching up to Minas Honor. Now that's done, we can do that. All right, they're going to stick around and fight. So there's the 2 swords and the single unit of King's Longbowmen. So let's do that. We do have a backup unit. This is another, I think, cav, or maybe it's spears in that fort, right on the western side of Osgiliath. So they'll be showing up to help, not really playing a major role. In fact, what I might do with them is use them as bait. Because we've got a lot of archers, and we do have cav, but there's... okay, there is another crossing here. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. This as well as the bodyguard. Alright,
The reinforcements are here, but will they be enough for final victory?
Alright, are they here? Oh, it is cav, okay. That's fine. What I want to do is try to take out those longbowmen first. And I guess I can bring the archers up, because if we can do that, then we won't have to worry about the bows outranging us. You know, my swords can go toe-to-toe with their tier 2 swords, I think. And I think I'm going to use and abuse the Harondor riders once again. Oh, I didn't mean to grab him. We'll have to keep that in mind. But yeah, see, we're already under a lot of fire. And it's the skirmishers. I'd rather take the losses in the Harondor riders. But they're not going for it. These guys are lighter. That means they're a bit faster, so they're going to get to the battle quicker, or present a target quicker. So we're just going to tie him up, pull back, and I guess we can wrap around with these skirmish units. All right, let's do this one more time. Oh, okay, going right after the general. I do have to watch that because, again, this is a fantastic unit. The longbowmen are very good in melee. All right, but now we can settle up, do this for a nice proper charge. What a wonderful view, by the way. Love the skies in this mod. Okay, I think we're going to have a good charge here. We'll just keep it the way it is. 34, 31, wavering. 26. Look how long they stick around, though. Okay, yep, that should be good.
These men are perfect. They are running from the battle in terror.
And I'll just pull away. This is just 3 men. I'll pursue them with the light guys. I don't want to risk my general getting stuck, you know, among the corpses. So we'll bring him around. All right, cut down the captain. It looks like. Nice.
The enemy general has been killed and his men lose heart.
Okay, so we want to do typical horse archer tactics with these infantry units. They may be trying to withdraw, so I really don't want that to happen. Let's bring the reinforcing cav unit over too. I could bring my other guys, but I don't think it'll be necessary. Yep, The Harondor riders will just be back in the trees in case they decide to withdraw. We do have to watch the pathfinding because we're right near a river bank, and so the border may mess up their pathfinding a little bit, right? So I'm going to just have everybody halt so they don't feel the need to move, constantly reposition. But we're murdering them with the javelins. I mean, I'm not even really putting any effort into this. It's just javelins are so good. We are running out. Running a bit low. That's fine. That's to be expected. Let's do a charge. I think we're in a good enough position to do that. All right. I hope that was not the general. It was a bit foolhardy of me. Did we lose? Okay, we didn't lose Fuinur the Great Conqueror to javelin fire. It is a bit... it was unnecessary. I didn't need to charge him in. But we'll speed this up, and let's just go after all these units, take them out, and we will have cleared the river. And what this does is opens up our reinforcements near Emin Arnon, and now we can move through. Now, one thing we could grab, like anytime here, is minus Ithil, and so that's probably the best move. Where I don't want to take Pelargia and Arnak just yet because of public order stuff, for the reasons I described, right? You conquer too many cities too quickly, that causes trouble. But the thing that you can get away with is conquering forts, because they don't, I believe, they don't play into that public order penalty for not having your dominion buildings built. So if we were to take minus Ithil, because this is still like the ruins of minus Ithil, this is still not a proper city, I believe, unless they rebuilt it, which I really doubt. This counts as a fort, just like the Fortress of Karandros or any other sort of permanent fortification. And so that means no homeland dominion necessary, none of that provincial control stuff. It's just, the buildings are what they are. We won't be able to ever upgrade this to anything else, but the Reunited Kingdom and Adunabar could, theoretically. But I don't think they have yet. So anyway, we could take this, and that would be really tempting because it would be a nice bulwark on our eastern border. On the other hand, I am noticing this, right? And this. And so I really don't want to lose Tarnost with 2 seasons to go. What they have here is some full strength units. These are all full strength from what I can tell. And they're not all great. It's not the best army composition, but it's better than some of their armies are. And so they could take any of these cities, I think. Maybe not Lynn here, but Lynn here is pretty weak in terms of numbers. So maybe the wise thing to do, we are now low on movement points, is to maybe take this guy and see if we can get him to build a fort like here, actually. Yeah. If we can get rid of some of these guys, we'll kind of move them out of the way if possible. Can we do that? Can you go away? Okay. And if I go here, you go. Yeah. No. Oh, this. Oh gosh. All right. I need to just scooch them out of the way. Okay. And now we can send you all over here. I'm going to leave somebody behind for fort duty. That might be these Harondor footmen, but they're kind of expensive. Regardless, we can get our general over here now, and I think he can build. Okay, we can't because we've got our friendly guys. Right? Is that right? Let's get them out of here if we can. Alright, now he can build because there's no one nearby. There we go. Alright, and we can get mercenaries. I'll do it because I may as well. We can get back into command of this army, and we've got just a bunch of dudes here. So we can put them all in minus honor under the command of this Merwan of Adabara, right? The new man of the hour. And I'll move this army down here, and the goal is we're going to be heading west. So that's the idea there. And we haven't ended turn yet. We've not hit end turn. That said, there's not really a lot I want to build, at least up there. Red Harnon could use something, I suppose. We've got 12,000 to spend. This is our capital. I mean, we're over 100,000. Doesn't look like any trouble coming from the east. Things look pretty status quo. So since we've got so much money to spend, it might be good to go for something big like crop rotation. That's going to be a nice return. That's going to be a good couple hundred. And I think we'll do that. What was that? 89 or 69? So gosh, we've got over 10,000 still. Yeah, let's do it here again. And probably call that good. Oh, Harad has not run out of assassins or rogues. That's going to be annoying. All right, he didn't get killed because he's still standing there. He could have failed. I guess we will see shortly. All right, yep, we're under siege in Dol Amroth. All right, that sounds bad. That's just the siege. So yes, Dol Amroth is under siege. We made 9 grand. We are the most advanced kingdom. And we have finished Emin Arnin's Outland Dominion. That's wonderful. So right away, we can start building control posts. We can get our militia levies for some militia type stuff. Or we might try something different. Let's just take a look at the recruiting here. I think it's going to be... Yeah, we could get up to retainer swordsman here. And I think, yeah, we've got everything we need already built. So we would just need to go up this tree. You know what? Let's do it. This is the first, maybe the only chance we'll get, given that the campaign is proceeding very quickly here. All right, so we've got wars and peaces happening to our north. Not really going to affect us. Okay. So, pleased to see that none of the forts have come under attack. Now, there is a way that they could get guys down to minus honor, but I think at this point we're in a pretty good position to hold them. So, let's do this. We'll move, what's the quickest way, and can we get there? 3 seasons? We might be almost too late. Well, I think we want to try anyway. I know that leaves us kind of vulnerable in the east, but I think we're actually kind of safest there. Oh, you didn't. I was kind of wondering if that would happen. Sometimes the zone of controls are not perfectly sketched out for you. Okay, well, one thing we can do here, I don't think it's going to impact this army, but besieging an enemy settlement. Sure, we'll go for some rams. It does cause the AI to react to it, right? Like they may send some guys to hit us. Oh gosh, then we may end up losing, or we may end up accidentally capturing a settlement before I want us to. Okay, Tarnos has 1 season, so we're gonna wait 1 more season, and then we'll destroy this homeland dominion, and then we'll be ahead in terms of public order. And then I'll feel better about accidentally capturing stuff. Now, it looks like this guy did nothing. Zereb the Killer, with his 5 subterfuge. Yes, his masters do not quite trust him for crucial tasks. Well, they might not, because he has failed, apparently, to assassinate Mubi, our governor, or to destroy any of our buildings. So that's very good news indeed. So what we could do is attempt to relieve this siege with this army. And I think we'd actually stand quite a good chance of doing that. As long as we can do it before these guys get here. And in the city, we do have some stuff, right? If they do decide to assault, I think we might have a good shot at holding them off. But let's get these reinforcements over. It's tricky. I mean, we could get all these guys over too, right? We could do that. Could take the Linhir army. So I think what we'll do is we'll set you up here. Let's get a little closer. Yeah, there's not too much around here. And I think what is here, yeah, they can't get across the city. Okay. So you can go back. And we've actually got a couple of family members here. So we want to get some of them out of the city. Let's take like the good units and like all of the cav. We actually improved the public order of the city by doing that. All right, and they actually have quite a movement range too. Okay, we've got room for 2 more. We could merge these units, and I think I will at this point. I don't see much benefit to retraining them. Let's see, 25, 10, 20. Yeah, let's just merge what we can. Public order's looking good. We could get 3 more units. That might be putting a strain on things. Let's go with 2. Let's go with you and you. And then we could pick up a mercenary if we need to. And that gets us, yeah, one turn thanks to these nice Dunedainic built roads. Next turn we can hit them. So we're fine. We didn't need to send the big army over. So maybe, in fact, what we'll do this turn is, if we're attacked, 7 grand. Let's go ahead and let's end the season. If we are attacked, I may just withdraw. Or fight, but try not to get the city, because I really don't want to get Arnak just yet. Please don't attack me. Oh, come on. Ah. Gosh. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a little bit of a coward save here. Because it says we've got movement points, right? But can we? Can we really move? It looks like we could move all over the place. Like we could move down here, we can move over here, all this green area. Theoretically, we should be able to move. I'm concerned that if I withdraw from the battle, though, we're going to lose the army. Sometimes it does happen when you cannot move out of a zone of control or something like that, and you try to retreat, the army is just vaporized because, like, the men are just, they can't go anywhere. They're captured, I suppose. It always feels really cheap, so I'm going to see what happens here. And we'll reload if it doesn't work out the way it should, because visual indications are I can withdraw. Okay, fantastic. And they're following up, which is very interesting. They really don't like us near Arnak. Okay, so we'll do one more battle here, I guess. And this one, we're going to be surrounded, properly surrounded. So we're being attacked from the south, and we've got a sizable reinforcing army coming from the northwest. Well, with those out of the way, you know, we're in a nice position already. Beautiful stuff. All right, we want to have you guys all, yes, fire at will. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put all the archers up front. I don't really see a need to hold them back. And we'll do this. We'll just group up everybody. We don't need to face forward, I don't think. I will go here because we're going to be attacked from roughly this direction. And I don't mind kind of hurrying it up. I'll use the skirmishers to take out those infantry units.
Have arrived in battle.
Yeah, we'll just amble on over here. We'll just mosey in this direction. It's just 3 units of spear militia, kingdom militia, and we should be able to take them out. And then by the time the other army gets close to our infantry line, I think we're going to be in really nice shape. let's go ahead and use a bit of our movement to get around them. Yeah, look at that, 26. I mean, granted, we've been really focusing on that one unit, but it's very impressive. That said, we used up half of our javelins, so, you know, there's a bit of a trade-off there. Yeah, yeah.
The enemy general shows his value. He is filled only by a desire to save his own skin.
All right. I don't, you know, I guess we may as well go after the captain. And we'll just move up towards this unit, ready to surround it, and we could probably do a mass charge.
The enemy general was a fool. He sacrificed himself rather than leading his men to a dignified...
And get our guys in sort of a good position. Hit him from all sides at once. So they are rushing right up here. Bowmen of Gondor, okay. So let's ignore this unit. Oh, we're on skirmish, so... Alright, let's hit them. They're shaken. Alright. Hit them all at once, and they melt.
Chase them from the field and give them no rest or pity.
And I think it's time to pull away before the archers can draw a bead on us. Otherwise, we're looking at fairly standard first couple of tiers of military development stuff, with the exception of the single full-strength unit of Lasarnic Axemen. Now, there is another longbow unit, isn't there? Is there longbows, or am I mistaken? I guess not. Just one unit of archers. You know, some swordsmen, some militia. I wouldn't mind taking out the Lasarnic Axemen, but then again, I'm not too worried about them. We could take them out in another battle when we have our javelins back. And that would just be absolutely devastating. Alright, here our archers are already doing work on the king's swords. Let's get our more melee-oriented cav down. And let's go here. I don't want to wait around too long. But yeah, Swords of Harad are firing. Oh, gosh. Absolutely brutal. I thought I was seeing for a second the red serpent insignia on the shields, and I was a little bit confused. But, you know... it just occurred to me I don't often pay that much attention to the signs on the shields, and so they've replaced that with the starburst, right? So let's not get into this Lasarnic Axemen. They did a good number on us while I was admiring the shield work of probably Webba did this, I would imagine. Very nice. Black Sun. Okay. Yeah, they're going to suffer under arrow fire. It is drizzling, but I don't think that's going to affect things too badly. One thing I'm not sure of, and, you know, maybe this is something I've already mentioned, and I'm sure maybe I knew at one point, but exactly what impact rain has on bows, and, you know, is it significant? Does it depend on how much rain is happening? I'm not sure how this stuff is all modeled. But we're cutting down these guys just fine. So let's get ready to charge, or at least see them off. And I'll get my cav pulled away here. Yeah, this kind of unit, it's a shame because they're very fun to use, and they're nice too in a way because they don't have like a war cry. They don't have anything you have to, you know, babysit, right? They're just a solid infantry unit, very aggressive, going after heavily armored units. But they are not defensive really that much. And so they can't really take the arrow fire, at least sustained arrow fire. But speaking of arrows, we are running a bit low. So I'm wondering if they're going to get it together to really attack us. Looks like they are, so let's change our group facing. Got a lot of room up here on the left to outflank or get the high ground from them. I know they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to steal it from us. Get up here. Militia and swords. Okay, I guess what we need to do is march over here and get in position for an infantry fight, because I don't want to just do this all with cav. Yeah, there they go. They just called it. Alright, we do have a few arrows left. So it may be worth sending down the cav to, let's see, what's that? Kingdom Militia. Yep, and this, I'm not going to bother. It's militia. Let him get away. This unit, no, this unit I may focus on. It's the General's unit, King Swordsman. The bows have stopped firing, so we can now send our guys a little more confidently. Should be it. Pretty quick. There they go.
The gods smile upon you today.
Okay.
Enemy general has been killed and his men lose heart.
Alright, I guess we'll go up there too. We only lost 1, 2, looks like 4 men on that. It looks like it's all the Harondor riders. Pretty predictable, and we'll just let them get off the battlefield. They're not routing, so we can't quit just yet, but they're at the edge of the map. Okay, so we've held our own here. This is south of Arnak, between Arnak and Pelargir. So we're not getting budged out of their territory. The only reason we didn't take the city is because I didn't want to. We could have probably taken the city on a defensive battle, but I don't think it's quite worth the hassle of feeling like you're constantly going from hotspot to hotspot to defend your recent gains. We're really stretched a bit thin. We could pull it off, I'm sure, but I want to consolidate a bit. So with this, with the relief force on the way to Dol Amroth, there's another big army, of course, heading our way from the west with Knights of Dol Amroth. And yeah, there they are. So a couple of seasons they'll be here. Now these guys just withdrew on their own. Very interesting. Okay. Well, it might be time to maybe force their hand a little bit. Okay, I'm not a fan of where you ended up. I'm not sure what that is. It's nothing to do with this army, probably. It's just more forces that came down from Ethring or whatever. But I'm tempted to go, for one of these forts. I think I'll go for the one. I mean, it's kind of annoying because I could go for this one. This one seems like the more tempting target. There's more men here. But forts, as we've shown, are a place... Oh, very clever. Okay. Let's build a few siege towers. And forts are a place, as I've said, that we can take without public order penalties, or at least it seems that way. So we'll see if we can pull this off, grab a fort and then get back, or at least pull these armies down so we can take them out in a more climactic battle, and then take that a bit more slowly. Okay, nothing real new in diplomacy terms, but there's Tarnost. So that means now we can go ahead and get rid of this homeland dominion, begin the process of building our own. I also want to go, now that we can do that, go for local governance, and I think that's not going to destroy the Marathon or the let's just see. Yeah, we're good. It's not going to destroy the Ways of the West building because we can build Ways of the West stuff. All right, Merwan got Lordship of Pelennor, so now we've got on the local governance. So hopefully his loyalty to the Emperor is going to increase from dubious to at least supportive. And then maybe as the years go by, he'll get even more supportive. All right, we chased somebody out of that I don't think that was an execution. That was just a spy getting kicked out. We have an emissary in here, but nobody else. So we should go for another scout. Let's train one. And I think I want to keep this guy here because he may be all that's keeping Harondor safe from the depredations of the assassin. All right, well, I think this seems a good point for us to leave. We've had a couple of battles that are fairly meaningful. I mean, they have not gained us any new territory, but in a way they have, because we're setting up the trenches, right? We're setting up the outworks to defend our new acquisitions and make sure that we can continue to develop. This is one thing that I really enjoy about playing Rome Total War, because you could do stuff like this, right? It's not quite as doable in some of the other games, at least in my opinion. But we'll, in the next episode, figure out exactly what we're going to do with this guy. We may not, I don't know. We probably want to bring him back over to the east, go for Minas Ithil, go for Carandros, and kind of lock off the north. And then hope that we've got enough down here to lock off the west. And then we will be, we're still 9 provinces away, but we're getting closer all the time by taking care of these smaller threats. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you'll stick around for the next one. Until then, everybody, take care.